of a split personality, really. As Felix said, my day job is head of music entertainment at Sky Tickets, which is a brand new division of Sky, and we're getting into the live ticketing and events game. Very much embryonic at the moment, so I can't tell you too much about that as yet. But today I'm actually here to focus on a startup that I founded with a business partner about 3 or 4 years ago called Give It, which is a social treating startup. Can we do the next slide, and then I will be able to explain more. We'll go back to Give It quickly, but I'm going to frame the kind of 5 stages of starting a business around a psychologist's 5 stages of grief, because as Catherine alluded to just now, it is hard goddamn work. So we start with denial, which is the initial idea, because you have to deny yourself any sort of idea that it's not possible and keep pushing through. Anger, which I put as the difficult second album, as we're in a music industry setting, which is the fact that why is it all so hard to get moving? Bargaining, which is you're fighting for progress. You've got something, but what is it you've got? You need to keep pushing it forward. Depression is the 4th section, which is you've got it out there, but no one's really using it to start with. And then finally, acceptance, which is actually things start happening and you might have something there. Can we go to the next slide, please? So very quickly, Give It is basically an app and platform that allows you very simply to send treats such as coffees, pints of beer, pizza, etc. from high street retailers such as Cafe Nero, Marks and Spencer's, Pizza Express and that sort of stuff to each other. So if you download it, you can send your friend a coffee, they then go and pick it up from Cafe Nero when they're on the high street. It also works for companies, so they can use it to treat their staff or even treat their customers. So it's all around that kind of nice feeling of treating people to things, incentivization, rewards, etc. Next slide, please. We can skip that one, I've done that bit. So, back to the 5 stages of starting a business stroke grief. So denial, the idea, does it have scope as a business? You really have to be fundamentally sure that it does. You have to drive yourself through. Test your assumptions. Is it definitely possible? Do your research, check your competition, check if the technology you want to do is actually possible, and is there a market for it, which is really very important. Find a co-founder. I can't stress this enough. Catherine, I'm not sure if you had one, but well, good luck. I had one, and it really bloody does help to have somebody to share the pain with, because you feel like you're going mad 24 hours a day. Follow your instincts, which I'm sure Catherine did through this. If it feels right, the rule for me on stuff like this is just go for it, just really push the agenda with it. And finally, tell people what you're doing. The more people you tell about your idea, or tell them you're starting a business, the more you commit yourself to doing it, and so you have to push yourself forward and keep going. Next slide, please. Oh dear. Oh well. Okay, so this is fighting for progress. Brilliant. So this is essentially, you've created something now, you're in the process of creating something. How do you push it forward? If you need suppliers, if you need stock, how do you get about that? Do you network? Do you beg, borrow and steal from contacts you've got? And that's why situations like today are fantastic, because you'll bump into people that you might not know it right now, but they might be incredibly useful down the road. Need money. Raising capital, again, back to Catherine, is an incredibly hard thing to do. We've managed to raise the best part of £1 million over the last 3 years, but that money goes down the drain very quickly, and we've spent 3/4 of that in that time as well. So we're basically continuing on a funding cycle, so we're going out this summer for more. But the more incremental value you can drive in your business, the more you're able to convince people that it's a business worth investing in. Next slide, please, we'll push through. There we go, this one works. The depression stage is the 4th stage, which is essentially, where are the customers? So we went live with Give It a year ago, and it's hard work. There's no getting around it. It's very hard work. Post-launch, we were great. We were App of the Month in Wired, we got on BBC Click, all that kind of jazz, but we didn't have 400,000 users in 6 months, and that hurts, because you think it's going to happen, and it doesn't. So you have to double down and keep working. There's not sticking remotely to projections. Why is it so hard to have people hear about us? Not everything is viral. There's a talk upstairs going about YouTube at the moment. Virality is incredibly hard to achieve. It basically takes layer upon layer upon layer upon effort to put yourself in the right place for that sort of thing to happen. The seeds of doubt start coming in, definitely. You have to rack yourself. Can you do it? Have I wasted my time? And then finally, the battle with the fear of failure, because you put a lot of yourself out there to do it. Am I going to look like an idiot? Very possibly, but it doesn't really matter. And then, one more slide, please. It's brilliant. It's like a puzzle. Moving forward, I've put this kind of acceptance, and this is actually people are liking your product, people are liking what you're doing. As I said, we're getting a really great press and really great user experience reviews across the board. So it starts to make you think you have something there. Again, nearly £1 million investment in the company shows you that people believe in your product and that believe that you have the vision to make it happen. People are talking about the company. I've gone from the stage from phoning everybody up and knocking on people's doors to people actually contacting us now. And that is a real paradigm shift, and it gives you more confidence to keep going forward. Oh yes, I think I can decipher this. It says, whatever happens from here on in, it's been 100% worth it. And essentially, if my business dies today, I'm okay with that. I've made my peace with that, because I've learned more in the last 3 years than I did collectively in the past 10 years. And I think I would advocate anybody does it. It's absolutely fantastic. I think I might have one more slide. Yes, just a bit of self-publicity. We got lots of press, lots of social media, and we've been nominated for some awards. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. So good luck. Thank you.